Hi everybody, this is Red Illegal and welcome to a brand new series. This is AWA Revival. This is an idea I've wanted to do for quite a long time actually, kind of rescue the AWA, but I couldn't find a mod that was sort of fitting in with that time where they were literally on their knees. So I've decided to kind of use the 91 mod after they had already gone bust, but now we're going to revive them and try to save them. So I've kept their debt. Whoever made the mod had them at 2.5 million in debt. I've spent a little bit of money because I have done a few things off camera just to kind of set up. This will be a short episode actually, just going through what I've done and a couple of little plans. I'll show you the roster. Probably won't have any shows today, but yeah, just a short episode to sort of show you what I've done and give you a bit of a background. So kayfabe, I've had Eric Bischoff get together with a consortium to buy the assets and revive the AWA. Now, I have employed Greg Garnier as a road agent. I'll take you through the roster actually, I'll take you through everyone. So I have, as I say, employed Greg Garnier as a road agent. Now, I recently, as 2 days ago, as of recording this, found out that Greg Garnier hates Eric Bischoff's guts. So, kind of, again, kayfabe in the series a little bit. Let's just suppose Eric Bischoff offered Greg Garnier a ridiculous amount of money to let bygones be bygones and work with him to help, revive the AWA and see it thrive. And that's partly why they're still massively in debt. Okay, so yeah, that was kind of the idea, to kind of rescue the AWA. They're set at medium, which maybe they were medium when they went bust. I don't know. I started watching wrestling in '92. I know a little bit about the late 80s, early 90s, but only really WWF, possibly a little bit of Crockett and WCW, but very little, to be honest. So yeah, I'll take you through sort of who I've employed. I will go through, let's just go through the road agents first. Let me show you kind of what I've done here. So as road agents, I've got in Bob Orton Jr., who can also wrestle, Chavo Guerrero in as a road agent, Greg Garnier, as I mentioned, Grizzly Smith, Kevin Von Erich. I would probably only really use him as a wrestler unless he's auto-selected as a road agent, and it's not one of his matches. I don't mind him. I mean, look at those stats. I don't normally, in a series or any game I play actually, I don't usually have people with multiple roles, but I think at the moment, particularly with the debt we've got to kind of do it. Nick Bockwinkel, I've mainly brought him in as a manager and a little bit of personality, but again, look at those stats. If he wants to road agent, he can road agent. Paul Orndorff, again, mainly a wrestler at the moment. He's 41. I think I put him down as a backbone of the roster, so I'm hoping he can get some other people over because he's pretty popular, relatively, and 41. He can start putting people over really. Stan Lane, mainly a wrestler, but again, not awful road agent stats. I mean, maybe the respect bit's a bit iffy, but not terrible. And Tully Blanchard, who again, probably mainly a wrestler, but decent stats for a road agent. So got those guys in. I referees. I've got 4. Yeah. So Bill Alfonso, Dave Hebner, John Finnegan and Terry Falk. I think they're all over 70 referee because I do that on the search. Don't think there's anyone lower than 70. Announcers. So Craig Johnson, Eric Bischoff. Now Eric Bischoff, although he's got the role of an announcer, he's not going to be an announcer. He's going to be a personality. He's kind of our host interviewer, kind of like our Gene Oakland, I guess, which I think is what he was doing with the AWA. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's roughly what he was doing. Colour commentators, again, Bischoff is there, and Nick Bogwinkle, but we're not going to use them. Les Thatcher. Les Thatcher is going to be our colour commentator. What do I normally look at next? Well, on-screen personalities, yeah. So this is, we've got Eric Bischoff, as I say, he's going to be our kind of host and interviewer. I've got John Telos, who's also going to be an interviewer. Ken Resnick, I've put down as, he's going to be our news anchor. So what I like to do with some of my games, especially in this kind of era, is we'll have segments which are just we cut to the news anchor, and he will then cut to a couple of wrestlers giving promos or whatever. It's kind of the sort of thing they did in the early 90s with Sean Mooney. We'll see how that pans out. It normally works quite well. You get a few people in one angle. And as I say, Nick Bockwinkel. The plan for him is he's a co-owner. He's a co-owner of the company. As I say, Bischoff is kind of the owner. He's our user character as well. But within the show, within the universe, he's not an owner. And Nick Bockwinkel is a co-owner, but he's the one he's the spokesperson of the consortium. So, you know, there are other co-owners. I've not put them into the game yet. I've not hired them yet. I don't know who they are yet. Maybe something that we can play with later on. But I'm not planning to, let's put it that way. I don't have plans at the moment to do that. Managers, we have got Colonel De Beers, and I've got him. He's going to manage John Nord. Dutch Mantel, the only face manager, and he's going to manage. I did put down a manager for him. I can't remember. Sorry, not a manager, but a client. I can't remember who that was. Maybe we can give him someone in a minute. James Mitchell, he's going to manage Bam Bam Bigelow. Nick Bockwinkel is managing King Kong Bundy. And Skandor Akbar is managing our Mike Enos and Wayne Bloom. So I think it's the Destruction Crew, aren't they called? I think they were the Beverly Brothers in the WWF. So that's managers out the way. Let's have a look at our in-ring talent then. So I mean, I'm thinking because Dutchman tells a face as well, I might pair him with Al Snow because I wouldn't mind pushing Al Snow a little bit, and he's going to need a manager. His entertainment stats aren't great, so let's do that. I mean, bearing in mind his gimmick is crazy, would he have a manager? Maybe someone who's there to kind of calm him down, or we'll see. Bam Bam Bigelow, yeah, he's going to be managed by James Mitchell. I've always loved Bam Bam. I didn't at the time when he was in WWF. He was a heel and I was a kid, But so when you look back now, what a talent, and for a guy his size as well. Deserved a world title run, really, but didn't happen. There was other people around, I guess, at the time. Big John Studd, someone else who, at the age of 42, he can put people over. I think I put him down as backbone of the roster as well. I did. So, yeah, he can hopefully put some people over. Maybe not straight away. We'll kind of give him a little bit of momentum. But then saying that, I did only get him on a 3-month contract. I mean, a lot of these are on small contracts, actually. So the idea was to kind of get them to put people over for the first few months. Billy Jack Haynes, don't know anything about him, but he was just someone he's pretty decent. He's pretty good for a level of this company. His pop isn't bad. Probably be a star for us. I don't know without sort of looking and working the maths out what level he'll come up at, but he's pretty popular. It's not bad. Bob Backlund, former AWA star, of course, managed to get him in 8 months, so he'll be around for a while. I haven't put him on long-term contracts yet because I kind of want to see how we go financially. Bob Orton Jr., another one who I think backbone of the roster. Yes, he can put people over. Anyone that kind of age at the moment, I want them to be putting the younger guys over. Let's build some stars, Bobby Fulton is a name I hear a lot. I listen to a lot of Jim Cornette and that sort of thing. He's injured at the moment. But yeah, again, I don't know a lot about him, but he's pretty decent. 29, maybe someone for the future. Might need a manager. It's not great entertainment-wise. Buddy Lee Parker, I only know him really through this game, actually, through being with WCW. Law Enforcer gimmick. He's kind of our big boss man then, I guess. Nothing special about him. I mean, he'll probably just be a jobber. Maybe someone who gets the odd win here and there. Danny Davis, another name I recognise, but again, don't know anything about him. Young enough to give a push to, but I'm not sure if he's one really to be looking at pushing too far. Hector Guerrero, and I've also got Mando Guerrero. They will be a tag team. I've just done my teams. I don't think I've put them in, but yeah, they will obviously be a team. Obviously related to Eddie. And John Nord, yes, who was the Berserker in WWF. Again, popularity isn't bad. Not a great wrestler, but he'll just hang around, probably job to the stars. Ken Shamrock. The only disappointing thing with Ken Shamrock is this MMA fighter, because we're going to lose him at times, but he's someone I would love to push. I mean, he's got the star quality. He's definitely someone I'd be looking to push, but yeah, I've got to be a bit careful. Kevin Von Erich. Well, everyone knows about the Von Erichs, don't they? So I've already spoken about him with regards to being a road agent, but wrestling-wise, I mean, those stats are just awesome, and he's really popular. King Kong Bundy, I've spoken about him. He's going to be our kind of first... it doesn't really matter if I give it away because this is a behind-the-scenes series, but he's going to be our first champion. There's a reason for that, and I'll get to it when we book the show. Coco Beware, yes, I knew him from WWF. Half decent stats, not completely awful pop-wise. Yeah, probably a solid mid-carder. Mando Guerrero we've spoken about. Mike Enos in a tag team with Wayne Bloom, kind of spoken about. Just got him in really so we can have a couple of tag teams. Paul Orndorff, I'm sure I put him down as backbone of the roster as well. Yes, I did. Excellent stats. If we can pass on some of his pop onto some up-and-comers, that's great. And the psychology, I mean, he's going to teach some people. Rick Martel, well, another former AWA champion, actually. So, I wanted to get a couple of AWA names in there. Really popular. Stats are just awesome. Decent star quality as well. Charisma. Microphone not Microphone not excellent, but yeah, he's pretty good. Rick Rude, well, just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, he'd fit into the WWF's roster. Not much more I can say. So yeah, he'll be. I know he's a heel as well as King Kong Bundy, but the way I'm sort of panning out the opening couple of shows with regards to the battle for the title, we can have some heel versus heel action. Ricky Morton, yeah, just another name I hear a lot. Half decent. It's only 34. Can still room for improvement. Still room to give him a push. Not great entertainment wise, but yeah, I'll probably put him in some sort of tag team. One of his partners, I can't remember which one it was now, is injured, and the other one I think was just going to be way too expensive, so I didn't bother at the moment. Ricky Steamboat, another just phenomenon really of this sort of era. Great wrestler, really popular. 37 years old. I haven't put him down as a backbone because he's not quite at that age yet where I want to sort of start jobbing him out, and he, again, as a face, he can definitely be a challenger for the title, and probably he'll have a reign as well. Oops, didn't mean to click that one. Let's go back to, where were we? Scott Hall, well, Razor Ramon, another former AWA star that I wanted to sort of get in. He's not very popular yet, but I mean, he will be. He just will be. Those stats are awesome. Star quality 87. Stan Lane, another one I've got in a tag team. I can't remember who without looking. Might have been Tom Pritchard. I don't know a lot about him, but he's only 37. Still got a good 3 or 4 years. As a decent worker, somewhere near the top. Not over popular yet, but I mean, I don't see any problems getting him over. We'll see. Steve Dole, don't know much about him, just thought he might be a decent mid-carder to keep around, job to the stars. Terry Funk, well, yes, 46, probably a good at least 3 years older than I would have kind of liked to have taken, but awesome stats. He's going to teach a lot of people. He's pretty popular as well, so he can put people over. Backbone of the roster, so he'll be willing to do that to some extent. Stamina's only 60, so we probably won't be able to get many long matches out of him, but we just have to book him. We just have to be clever with how we book him. Tito Santana, well, I nicked him from the WWF. I say I nicked him, I think he's on a handshake deal, so he's probably still working for them as well, yeah. So, yeah, another one, just excellent in the ring, and he's pretty popular as well. Tom Pritchard, he is in the tag team. I can't remember. Let me just have a quick. That's the wrong button, isn't it? Let me have a look at what I did This will tell me. Oh, I did put him with Stan Lane as the Heavenly Bodies. Yeah, okay. So yeah, Dr. Tom, half decent in the ring. He won't be a mega star, but we could certainly push him up towards the the well-known, the mid-card level. Tommy Lane, I'm sure I put him in a tag team as well. I keep pressing the wrong button. No, I didn't. Okay, doesn't matter. But yeah, again, he's pretty solid. He's nothing special pop-wise. It'd probably just be a job, maybe the odd win here or there. Tommy Rogers, pretty good in the ring. His pop won't rise too much. Lack of entertainment skills, lack of star quality, no menace. But, he's good in the ring. So, again, hopefully, some of his experience and stuff can rub off on a few workers. Tully Blanchard, I don't know much about him apart from a little bit about his run in WWF. Obviously, I think he's the father, isn't he, of Tessa Blanchard. So, yeah, I mean, just excellent in-ring stats, and like the psychology and everything, just brilliant. So 36, I might have put him as, no, I didn't put him as backbone. I was going to say too young to sort of put him as a backbone of the roster. He can probably reach the top for us. I mean, he's got micro charisma. Yes, he lacks in star quality, but again, if we book him cleverly, should be all right. And Wayne Bloom, again, just the other half of the tag team with Mike Enos. It was a late decision to sign Wayne Bloom, actually. I'd already had Mike Enos, and then I just thought about my tag teams, and I thought, yeah, do it. Take him on. So let's just have a quick look at the teams. Yeah, Destruction Crew, and then we've also got the Fantastics, Bobby Fulton and Tommy Rogers, and the Heavenly Bodies. The other tag teams really will just be made up of individual wrestlers that will team up every now and then until, maybe I will look at hiring a few more, and I will look at making more people units. So we've got a few more teams. So that's kind of where we are. No good looking at this yet, is there? Well, we can see who the good talkers are, I guess. I won't. There's no point in going through it all at the moment. Titles. We've revived, I didn't think I revived them all, so let's go to active. I've revived the World Heavyweight. I'll probably revive the TV title as well before our first show, and we'll have both on the go. I've got a plan of how the world title is gonna play out in at least the first show, possibly the first couple of months. As I said, King Kong Bundy will probably be our first champion, and I can't see him holding it for long. We're just going to have to see. But yeah, this is a behind the scenes series, so I don't mind sort of giving away some of this sort of stuff. Events, we've got a special Friday week for January, the AWA comeback show. When that has been aired, because we do have a TV deal, I'll take you to that in a minute. When that's aired, we will get a weekly TV deal with our All-Star Wrestling. These shows here were already built into the game. I assume automatically by the game or by the mod maker, because I don't think they were real AWA shows. I do have a few ideas for names of shows. We will probably have a show every month, but there will be a certain sort of 3 or 4 shows that are bigger than the others. Okay, so we'll be looking at our sort of 4 big shows every year, and then every other month there'll be it won't be treated as quite as important. So money, yeah, we're going to struggle, but I think really we should be okay. We're at medium level. Our size, isn't terrible, so we should, even merchandise. Having said that, our merchandise was the lowest it can be. So I am raising the level on that straight away. Production, I had to put everything up, otherwise I wouldn't have got the TV deal. Let's have a quick look at that. We are on Gala Vision. Minimum quality of 53, which I think we should get. I mean, I say that now. 30% of revenue, which I think is a decent amount, which I think will, realistically, that'll certainly help us. So, yeah, I mean, I've run for nearly 20 minutes now. I wanted this to just be a short opener to show the roster, to tell you the background of the series, and I hope you'll all join me for the AWA comeback show. As I say, I've got a plan as to how it's going to work. I'll take you through the booking. I'm amazed at how many people I still see asking questions about this game. How do you do this? I've just bought the game, but you know, I mean, the game is still getting new fans, and I won't say I'm an expert at this game, but this is the first and probably only game in my life that I actually feel confident being able to explain things to people. So yeah, I'll try to sort of show things as I go. So yeah, enough rambling on. As I say, I've got nearly 20 minutes, and please join me for the next one. I've got two other series. I've got the Invasion series, and I have my Local to Global based in the UK. This is going to be a mixture of kind of both. Although having said that, it probably edges more towards the Local to Global because it's behind the scenes. But I'd probably hide a few things just to have a couple of little surprises in there for you. But I do want this to be interactive. Please tell me who I should sign. Please give me any ideas for dream matches you think the AWA could have, should have had. You know, anything else you think might be quite cool in a series like this, please let me know. So, take care everybody, and I will see you all again soon. Goodbye.